Today we got a big impressive product here. So we're actually going to do an Apexi Power FC for the engine management on the FD. I'm going to show you guys how to install this onto the car because it's a little different on a American left-hand drive car rather than a right-hand drive Japanese model. As you guys can see, I bought this brand new from Apexi USA. And then the nice thing with this guy is I'm going to be able to finally tune all tidbits on the car with the new downpipe, exhaust, intercooler, everything. First thing you're going to want to do to the Power FC when you install it is I took the elbow off, and then here you want to adjust this idle air screw all the way to the right, and then you want to back it off half a turn. Right, let's go in the car so I can show you guys what's next with the ECU. So I got the old ECU disconnected from the harness. Right-hand drive FDs, you guys are lucky because this is just pretty much a direct plug and play. So with the left-hand drive US FDs, there are 4 wires we have to disconnect. Those 4 wires are for the EGR, the accelerated warm-up, and then the split air bypass. And I don't have any of those in the car right now. So theoretically, I shouldn't have to disconnect these. The reason why you do disconnect these is to kind of mimic the JDM harness more. So I'm gonna do it just because I don't want any issues. And my method of doing this will be de-pinning the corresponding connectors. Since this is a brand new harness, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna de-pin it, and then I'm gonna fold it back, electrical tape it, and then put like a, I don't know, some sort of tab stating what it is. So if I ever sell this car, the owner can come in here, figure out what it is, and then convert it back to stock if they want, or whoever so. Or for me, if I ever want to go back to stock. I don't know why I will. That's the game plan. So I'm gonna just make sure I have the right color coding of the appropriate connectors. We got the 4 connectors here de-pinned. So there's 3 on the big one, and then 1 on the connector right. So if you're ECU sitting this way, it's the one right after it. So that's de-pinned. Little tech tip, there is these little tabs. I don't know if you guys can see them here. Yeah, these guys. So you can bend these covers, if you say. You can flip them up, like up or out. It makes it so much easier to de-pin these guys instead of pulling on the wire. I don't know, I'm just in a compromised position trying to use both hands. It just sucks. All the de-pinning done. I labeled wires go to. So like I said, in the event if I do sell this car or I need to get back and, you know, re-plug this thing, I know where they go. From a company called Garage Alpha. In the car here, and what's nice is the top comes off and you have your little access port for the data login and the commander. So I'll get all this cleaned up, but yeah, it's just gonna be just a nice solid option to mount this thing. Power FC will sit here, obviously. So I'm gonna get all the wiring tidied up, and then we'll get the Power FC installed in this guy. Garage Alpha bracket in, super nice solid setup. I got the OLED version of the Commander, so I'm really excited to see what this is gonna look like. So now I'm gonna go connect the battery and let's get this guy started. I have to bleed the coolant as well before we get the car started. I gotta do a sensor check. Man, I thought this was gonna be easy, but doing all this tidying up loose ends, I don't know, it's nerve-wracking. Go down to etc. Sensor check, I believe. So CCN is charge control, that means it's on. PAC is port air control, that is on. And then my neutral safety NTR, all of those are on, the rest are off. And so I was just kind of going through the rest of the sensor checks, stepping on the brake, turning on the AC, and so they turned on. So I think everything is working fine. Yeah, port air control, charge control, and where was NTR? Neutral switch. Okay, with that being said, let's give her a crank. And with the whole process of doing the Power FC learning, the car's gonna run like crap. So first off, it's gonna be run it for 10 minutes, let it learn the idle. After 10 minutes, we'll turn on the AC, let it learn the idle, turn on the rear defogger, let it learn the idle. Through all this, I'm gonna be going back and forth, just bleeding, burping the coolant. The coolant's good and, you know, no mishaps. I'll get the car back on the ground. I got to bed the brakes, new brake pads in, because I put new pads on. So I'm gonna do that and then we'll just go for a test drive, make sure everything's working. All right, here we go. I think I'm gonna get my charger on the battery. Haha, got it. So there's just the battery was dead. And already from the get-go, it started up so fast and the idle is immaculate right now. So I'm gonna let it learn the idle. Right now, rear defogger test, and the idle's changed a little bit, so I'm hoping that'll the idle smooth itself out. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. The coolant's bled. I'll probably put the front bumper back on. Other than that, I mean, it seems to be running pretty smooth. One thing I noticed is that the car is still kind of hunting in its idle, so I'm gonna see if I can recreate it. But again, I think the car is just still learning itself, so we'll see if I can get it to do that. No, it doesn't want to do it. Hold on. So it does this fast idle, and then yeah, just slowly starts going back down, but it's not hunting anymore, so kind of thankful for that. Yeah, I think I might have fixed it, so we'll go for a test drive and see if we run into anything. Here's my spark plug after a year worth of driving on it. So it's not terrible, a little bit of carbon deposit on them, but I just wanted this thing to be flawless, so went ahead and got all new spark plugs. Right now, just breaking in the pad. The car's not running good, I'm just being honest. So boost-wise, it's fine, but when I go to a stop with no accessory, the car dies. But if I have accessories on, the car stays alive, but the idle hunts. So I'm gonna have to do some more research on that, figure out what's going on. So I have my accessories running. Next thing, so I did some research and I found out that my clutch switch was bad. And the way to remedy that was to take it out, and the spring usually gives out. So people say just put a pen spring in there. And that's what I did, and it actually worked. And then I also went and turned off the O2 feedback, and the car's been running really good. So I'm just gonna do a little pull, and I'm not gonna lie, the car seems slow. With the stock ECU, it just seemed like it pulled harder. But you know, with that being said, like, it was very dangerous of me to do that, just because the stock ECU does not have the base map that can accommodate the mods that are done to this car. So we'll go fourth, third. So I mean, the secondary turbine kicks in, which I'm happy about. But yeah, the car does seem slow. I'm happy that it's, when I go to a complete stop, it doesn't stall out. And I have yet to turn on my accessories to see if idle starts to hunt. So I'm coming off the exit here, and I guess let's just find out. We're coming to a stop, clutch in, and yeah, she's holding steady at 1,000 RPM. Alright, AC on. Alright, idle still hunting. Okay. Ended up doing was redoing the relearn process, and that pretty much just cleared up everything.